Samantha Markle versus Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex court case continues, and I have new details, members of the squad. And in this court case, what I'm seeing is the fact that Samantha Markle is very, very desperate. Desperate for what? Desperate for acknowledgement from Meghan, to be acknowledged by her. That is what she seeks. It's marks of desperation. Aside from the $75,000 she's seeking from the case, she's also very, very much desperate. Desperate for Meghan to acknowledge her. That's what I'm seeing. She's like, Meghan, I'm your sister. I'm your sister. You did not grow up an only child. I was there. I was there. I was there. That's how Samantha appears in this court case. And one thing, and that's why even, Meghan's lawyer said that while trying to file for an appeal to dismiss the case, a motion, to dismiss the case, they say that we do not empanel a jury to discuss or determine if the plaintiff, that is Samantha Markle in this case, and the defendant, Meghan, in this case, had a relationship. Imagine calling in a jury to sit in court to discuss and determine whether or not Meghan grew up as an only child or not. Because apparently, that is what Samantha is seeking. And Meghan's lawyers, have responded. So, they've said this, that Meghan's comments were meant to be a subjective statement of her feelings and not objective fact, a defamation case as heard. Now, members of the squad, so Meghan, as we all know, is being sued by Samantha Markle in Florida over the Oprah interview and also the Finding Freedom biography, with Samantha claiming that she was subjected to humiliation, shame, and hatred on a worldwide scale. Now let's look at the facts, shall we, members of the squad? Let's look at the facts, shall we? In court documents, we have seen the fact that Samantha Markle says that when Meghan was in Canada, she attempted to call Meghan. And she says that Meghan did not answer her phone call. In other words, they're using those words of the likes of Piers Morgan. Meghan ghosted me. Meghan did not call me back. That's what she's saying, practically. Because Meghan has put boundaries and decided who she wants in her life. And she doesn't want toxic people like Samantha, whose own children, whose own daughter, Noel Rasmussen, has accused her of domestic abuse at home, members of the squad. The same thing Samantha Markle, who goes on TV. When, Prince Harry and Meghan's relationship became public, Samantha Markle wrote for UK tabloid The Sun and actually talked to them and spoke to them about telling Prince Harry not to marry Meghan. Look at how jealous can any single person possibly be to tell another person not to marry, someone she calls a sister. The jealousy. This same person, Samantha Markle, is in a relationship with someone who's abusive. There have been reports of domestic abuse in her own home, whereby Samantha was punched in the face by the person she's living with, Mark Phillips. Look it up. It's online. It's a police report, actually. And members of the squad, that same person is trying so hard to receive acknowledgement from Meghan. And they've chosen the path of, bullying Meghan, trying to emotionally blackmail Meghan, using the likes of Thomas Markle to try and force a relationship with Meghan. That's how desperate they are. Now, Samantha Markle, as we know, the daughter of Thomas Markle, is seeking $75,000 in damages. Now, Meghan's lawyers have moved to dismiss the case in legal papers submitted to the court. Now, Samantha Markle has brought the legal action over what she claims are false and malicious lies about Meghan's fairy tale rags to royalty story. Now, she has taken particular issue with Meghan's comments to Winfrey that she grew up as an only child. Members of the squad, tell me, just tell me, doesn't this smack of desperation to you? Suing someone for defamation for saying that she grew up as an only child. And Meghan responded by saying that, hey, look, these are my personal feelings. This is how I felt growing up. Members of the squad. And Samantha appears to have taken issue with Meghan's comments, saying that she grew up as an only child. That's what hurt Samantha. Nothing else. That is what hurt Samantha so much. The fact that Meghan wouldn't acknowledge the rest of them. That, hey, look, I'm Samantha. I'm your sibling. I'm your half-sister. Acknowledge me. Hey, Meghan, I'm Thomas Markle Jr. Guess what? Acknowledge me. I'm your half-brother. That is how desperate they are. Desperate for Meghan to acknowledge them. Members of the squad. For Meghan to acknowledge people that abuse her on TV. Wouldn't that be the greatest gift that abusers would love? And we are seeing exactly what Samantha is seeking right now. Now, in her paperwork filed this week, Meghan's lawyer said this, and I quote, Plaintiff Samantha first asserts that she can disprove that Meghan grew up as an only child. But this perception is inherently unfalsifiable. It is hard to imagine a more personal and subjective feeling than how one views their own childhood. Moreover, the plaintiff's opposition completely ignores the context of the statement, whereby Ms. Winfrey asked Meghan about her relationship with Plaintiff, to whom Ms. Winfrey referred to as a half-sister on her father's side. Meghan's response to that question, that she grew up as an only child, was obviously not meant to be a statement of objective fact that she had no genetic siblings. Repeat that. I repeat that. I want to repeat this part because this part is important, directly from Meghan's lawyers. Meghan's response to that question, that she grew up as an only child, was obviously not meant to be a statement of objective fact that she had no genetic siblings or half-siblings. Members of the squad, it did not mean that, Meghan had no half-siblings or genetic siblings, because that's the issue Samantha has. Meghan not acknowledging her. That is the problem she has with Meghan. That Meghan has not acknowledged her name, her existence, that she's her sister. That is the problem that she has. Members of the squad, if Meghan acknowledged her, she would have, a lot of, first of all, money, for instance, finances. She would have a lot of people calling her for any comments, information about Meghan. And that's what she wants. And the only thing that she has right now is Meghan has set up a barrier between herself and toxic individuals like Samantha Markle, Thomas Markle Jr., and Thomas Markle himself. As Meghan even said in the Oprah interview about Thomas Markle, I grieve a lot. I lost a baby. I also lost a father. But in all that, life is worth living, despite everything that she has been through, members of the squad. So what Samantha simply wants is for Meghan to acknowledge her existence, because that would open a lot of doors for Samantha that has recently closed due to the fact that many news websites that Samantha is hoping to gain access to be called for interviews about Meghan. That's what she's hoping for. The only thing that she's restricted now to is that the only people that will call her are UK tabloids that already have a hate campaign vendetta targeted towards Meghan. And the whole world saw Samantha for who she is. Someone who only sought to profit from the fact that Meghan was in a relationship with the Prince of the UK. And that's why even in court documents, you see Samantha practically saying that I called Meghan while she was in Canada. And members of the squad, I just have one question for you. When did the rest of the world find out? When did Harry and Meghan step out in public as boyfriend and girlfriend? When did that happen publicly to the entire world? It happened in Canada during the Invictus Games, and Doria Ragland was also present. She was also there in Canada. And Samantha said that Meghan was in Canada at the same time with Doria as well. She tried calling Meghan, and Meghan did not answer her phone call. As she said that, actually, what she said was that Meghan, the phone was answered, but then hang up. That's what she said in court. And members of the squad, clearly, Samantha proves exactly what the entire world and what Meghan said about her. She only developed an interest when she found out that Meghan was dating Prince Harry. That was the only time she developed an interest into Meghan's life. Members of the squad, she's trying to look for ways that will open, opportunities or doors for her by virtue of the fact that Meghan is married to a prince of the UK. What she wants is just money. That's what Samantha Markle wants. And the fact that Meghan has not acknowledged her in public only restricts her to tabloid level gossip. That is why she's practically doing this. That's what I get, the vibe that I get right now, members of the squad. Because first of all, she has no access to Meghan. Having access to Meghan would have, guaranteed her a lot of money. A lot of money. I mean, Simon Rex was offered $70,000 to lie that he slept with Meghan. How many people have been offered money to lie about Meghan, to smear Meghan, to insult Meghan, if Simon Rex was offered $70,000 to lie that he slept with Meghan? Think about that for a second. Now, Meghan's lawyer said that rather, this statement about she grew up as an only child, it was a textbook example of a subjective statement about how a person feels about her childhood. And the thing is, Meghan feels, she grew up as an only child. And that is true, members of the squad. Now, lawyers for the Duchess of Sussex have also argued that she cannot be sued over the book Finding Freedom because she did not write it. Meghan did not make the statements. She cannot be liable for them, they said. It is that simple. Now, Meghan, Samantha Markle have been trying to argue that Meghan had given statement to authors Omid Scobie and Caroline Durand via a third party. Now, Meghan's legal team is calling for the case to be dismissed and for attorney fees, costs, and other relief to be paid by Samantha. Meghan wants all the money spent in this court case, lawyers' fees, attorney costs, and any other cost incurred during this court case to be paid by Samantha Markle. Now, for a woman who only is seeking $75,000, like Samantha is in this court case, how is it possible that she can ever afford to pay that kind of money to Meghan? How can she even afford to hire someone representing Donald Trump? How? Because those lawyers are very, very expensive. And Samantha Markle, with what she's asking for, there is no way that, probably even the attorney fees is way worth more than what she's requesting from Meghan. In this court case, the $75,000, members of the squad. Which brings me to the fact that, the royal cult that calls itself the royal family has something to do with this. They have something to do with this. I mean, we already know the fact that the rest of Thomas Markle went on, TV to say that, he was in contact with the palace and they had planned on stopping Meghan's wedding to Prince Harry. Someone who calls himself a father actually said that on TV, yet still waits and hopes that Meghan would contact them. After all these abuses, abusers always want the person that they abuse to reach out, to be the one to reach out to them. Well, they can keep waiting because that's never ever happening. Now, when Samantha Markle first brought the case to court in March, She accused the Duchess of concocting a false narrative and fairy tale life story, as well as orchestrating a campaign to defame and destroy her sister's and her father's reputation and credibility in order to preserve and promote the false rags to royalty narrative. Members of the squad, nobody has defamed Samantha Markle. Samantha Markle has defamed herself. Nobody has defamed Thomas Markle. Thomas Markle has defamed himself, members of the squad. And why am I saying this? Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because, all they had to do was say no. The tabloid media, speaking to the tabloid media, Harry even tried to protect Thomas Markle. Instead, he chose the money he was being given by the tabloids. Someone even for the Daily Mail was dispatched to where Thomas Markle was staying. They were busy waiting to see if Meghan would approach Thomas Markle, busy waiting for Meghan to arrive in the UK. And that's why even Meghan, when writing a letter to the royal household, who were berating Prince Harry, as Meghan said previously, the royal cult was berating Prince Harry over Thomas Markle, constantly speaking to the press, the tabloid press, day in, day out, smearing Meghan, abusing Meghan, trying to emotionally blackmail Meghan. And the thing is about that, what happened, it also goes to show just how, they treated Prince Harry, the royal cult treated Prince Harry. They treated Prince Harry so abhorringly, members of the squad. They treated him so bad. And the thing is, the royal cult itself, by Thomas Markle's own words, wanted, to break the marriage, to prevent Harry and Meghan from getting married. They both worked hand in hand. And then, when this person, whom they are busy paying, because Thomas Markle himself has listed Jason North as his contact in the palace, the same Jason North whom publicly went to court to issue a statement against Meghan, Williams' employees with Williams' authorization to try and help the Daily Mail win a court case against Meghan in court, to try and destroy Meghan in court, Meghan's character, and make Meghan lose in court. But still Meghan won, regardless of what the stunt pulled by Prince William and Jason North. How can a father work with those kinds of people seeking to destroy their own child? How? No wonder Meghan said he lost him. And he lost him a long time ago. And it's time to Samantha Markle, accept that Meghan wants to do nothing with her abusers. Because that's who Samantha Markle is, an abuser. That's who Thomas Markle is, an abuser. That's who Thomas Markle Jr. is, an abuser, members of the squad. Samantha's own daughter has accused her of domestic abuse. Not me. It's her own child, Noel Rasmussen. You can easily find that on Google, anything. There are even videos of that. Easily find that out, members of the squad. Very easily. And members of the squad, Samantha is desperate. Desperate for Meghan to give her just a little bit of attention. That's what she seeks from Meghan. Attention from Meghan. From Thomas Markle Jr., Samantha's own brother, Thomas Markle Jr., has gone on the record to say Samantha Markle has always been jealous of Meghan. Two people smearing me. Two people have said the same thing. Samantha Markle has said, Samantha Markle, clearly is very jealous of Meghan. Thomas Markle Jr. said that Samantha Markle has always been jealous of Meghan. Samantha Markle's own daughter, who praised Meghan for being a good person and wished her happiness, accused Samantha Markle of domestic abuse. Samantha's own daughter, Noel Rasmussen, herself said Samantha has always been jealous of Meghan. Not my words. The words of Samantha Markle's own daughter, the words of Samantha Markle's own brother, Thomas Markle Jr., both of them, members of the squad. Now Thomas Markle Jr., Samantha Markle all participate in a smear campaign targeted towards Meghan. Yet expect Meghan to reach out. Reach out. Someone who's abused must never ever contact their abuser. Keep your boundaries. Keep your space from them. Because if you let them into your life, they will do what they do. That is to abuse you. That's what you can expect from them always. Abuse. Meghan, keep far away from this individual like Samantha Markle or Thomas Markle Jr. or Thomas Markle himself. Those are not your family. Meghan has a family already. A family she always wanted. That's why she even said that it's important for Archie, to have, a sibling. And now Archie has Lily. Because in her feelings, herself, she grew up as an only child. She would have loved to have siblings. Look at the ones, how, like Samantha Markle, how they've turned out. Look at who they are themselves. People accused of domestic abuse like Samantha Markle. Thomas Markle Jr. puts a gun on his girlfriend's head. And that's who the tabloid media want around baby Archie. Want around baby Lil Betana. Want around Prince Harry and Meghan. No, 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 and no. Keep your distance. Keep your distance, Meghan. Keep your distance from these abusers. And every single person has a right to keep away from their abusers. Clearly, Samantha Markle wants everything to do with Meghan. But Meghan wants nothing to do with her abusers. And that is what irks and pisses off Samantha Markle so much. That someone she obsesses over, because she does obsess over Meghan day in, day out. Meghan is like the only way she can earn a living. By smearing Meghan, there's a market. Some media has created a market for that. A market for the smear campaign. And that market is in the UK. And why am I saying the UK? I'm saying that because Samantha Markle is only invited to UK TV shows. To UK TV, like TV Propaganda. The same place whereby Eamon Holmes issued a death threat towards Meghan. She's invited to Good Morning Britain, where Piers Morgan harassed Meghan day in, day out, every single day for years, without any form of pushback whatsoever. Publicly obsessed over another man's wife, just as he obsessed over Prince Harry's mother, day in, day out. Those are the places Samantha Markle is invited to. Members of the squad. Tabloid level gossip. Only in the UK, where they've created a market of hate, a market of incitement of hate towards Meghan. And it's just so wrong, vindictive, and very, very much cruel. I mean, if you see, all the smears Samantha has done towards Meghan, all the insults on TV, all the abuses, because she lives a miserable life. The only way you'd want, the only way I see it is that Samantha is miserable and she wants others. She wants Meghan to be miserable as well. Because Meghan is living the life that she would have wanted for herself. Samantha would have wanted. Instead, Samantha lives a miserable life with an abusive partner called Mark Phillips. And because of that, she's so jealous. She's Meghan with a handsome husband. A husband who loves her. When Samantha looks at her own life, she sees misery. Her own children don't speak to Samantha Markle. So she has decided to make others miserable and to hope that others will be miserable by her actions, like what she's hoping to get from this court case. To hurt Meghan, to try and hurt Meghan. Because Meghan said, listen, I grew up as an only child. Imagine taking someone to court because they said, I grew up as an only child. Members of the squad, I think you can all agree with one thing. Samantha Markle is very, very much desperate. Desperate. She wants everything to do with Meghan. She wants everything to do with Meghan. But clearly, Meghan wants nothing to do with Samantha. And that is what pisses and riles off Samantha even more, making her become even more and more unhinged by the day. Members of the squad. Now, lawyers representing the Duchess of Sussex call the lawsuit baseless and absurd, and a continuation of a pattern of disturbing behavior. Keyword, disturbing behavior. A continuation of a pattern of disturbing behavior from Samantha And that is a fact. That is a fact. Samantha Markle, from the moment she found out that Meghan was dating Prince Harry, that was the only time she developed an interest in Meghan's life. She wanted to attach herself like a leech onto Meghan's skin. And Meghan said no. Meghan refused to be dragged in to a place, an abusive place, environment next to Samantha Markle, Thomas Markle Jr. or Thomas Markle. And she has kept her distance since then. It's time for Samantha Markle to respect Meghan's desires of not having them, Samantha, Thomas Markle Jr. or Thomas Markle, anywhere around Meghan. But clearly, as I've said, all of them, Thomas Markle Jr., Thomas Markle, Samantha Markle, want everything to do with Meghan. Meghan wants nothing to do with them. Members of the squad, it's a fight for Meghan's attention. It's a fight for Meghan's acknowledgement, for Meghan to just acknowledge them. And they are desperate. They are very, very much desperate. Day in, day out, they are very, very much desperate. Members of the squad, I can see their desperation. Now, what do you think about the recent developments in the case, members of the squad? For me, I just hope that this case is finally dismissed, because Samantha Markle, after everything that she has done to Meghan, who told Samantha to go on TV? Who told her? Who told her to go on Good Morning Britain? Who told her? Nobody did. Who told her to go to GB Propaganda? Nobody did. She did that intentionally because she has a motive of smearing Meghan. That is her motive. A motive of, wishing pain, because Meghan wouldn't acknowledge Samantha Markle. Because Meghan doesn't want abusers next to her or in her life. Samantha Markle should focus on her own children who don't speak to her, like Noel, and try and make amends for all the things that she has done to our own children and back off of Meghan. Members of the squad, I hope that Judge Honeywell dismisses this case. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. What do you think about the recent developments in the court case? I sincerely hope that Meghan wins a court case, because this is a continuation of a pattern of disturbing behavior. Samantha Markle has had Twitter accounts suspended for spreading false and fake conspiracy theories targeted towards Meghan. Those pregnancy theories, those fake pregnancy theories orchestrated by Karens. And it's just so wrong that someone like that thinks that she has been aggrieved. No, because Meghan wants nothing to do with them. Meghan wants nothing to do with the abusers. Abusers have a problem with the ones they abuse staying and keeping their distance from them. Meghan, keeping your distance and never ever bow down to the threats from Samantha Markle or Thomas Markle Jr. or Thomas Markle. Keep your distance from them, because they are abusers and we see exactly what they have done. But they will not succeed. Members of the squad, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. We love you, family, always and forever, members of the squad. I sincerely hope that this case gets dismissed. I'll end this podcast by saying what Meghan's lawyers have said in court. We do not empanel a jury to sit in court to determine whether the plaintiff, Samantha Markle, and Meghan, the defendant, had any form of relationship, because that appears to be what pisses off Samantha Markle, that Meghan just won't acknowledge Samantha. That is a source of frustration for Samantha. Meghan, keeping your distance from these people, because the world sees exactly for who they are. Tabloid media is trying to emotionally blackmail Meghan to have a relationship with someone like Thomas Markle, who put a gun on his girlfriend's head. Samantha Markle, whose own daughter has accused her of domestic abuse. Members of the squad, Meghan, keep your distance. The world sees exactly what you're up against, and you will win. You will win. You will win. And with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support our ever-growing family on YouTube. I sincerely hope that Meghan asked, the court to provide information of where Samantha is getting the money to fund her case, because there is no way Samantha can afford such a case. There is absolutely no way. Stay tuned to our next video. Love, family, always and forever. Hello, members of Disprove Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Disprove Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.